Have you ever desired to show off something you created, like we'll say in racing, or in this case even sim racing? While on the track, simulator, hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Racewear has you covered. If you've ever needed to promote your team logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi Racewear is your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even hats, they go the extra mile. Custom race shoes to gloves and even cart suits, Abruzzi has the supplies to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can even have your own name embroidered just the way you want it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of sim apparel has been created to not only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look today at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, your wear, your way.
Welcome, race fans, here to another exciting night of racing here with eNascar Outlaw League as they get ready to take on Iowa Speedway. 0.89 mile track, just a little under a mile track tonight here in Newton, USA. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Glad to see everybody tuning in here tonight on YouTube side of things and on the Facebook side of things. And I also is proud to bring up the same guys that I have basically every night here. As everybody knows, good old Lee Tidwell, and we got Joseph McWhorter joining us here in the booth tonight. How you guys doing?
My camera's not ready. Don't come to me yet.
I'm doing really well, Robert. Thanks for having me in the booth tonight.
Not a problem, not a problem. All right, well, I gotta adjust things, so we'll see how everything sounds. Just let everybody know, let me know if Joseph is too loud or needs to go up and down. But all right, guys, well, here we are at Iowa Speedway. What information can we give everybody out there?
Well, my camera is not set yet. Joseph is the expert. He has turned laps here. I have not.
Well, all right. Well, what can you what kind of input can you give us here, Joseph? What these guys are going to be dealing with here tonight?
Well, the car's going to be a lot of fun. Depending on how you get back onto the throttle is really going to depend on how you're going to come off the corner. I've seen a lot of guys so far in practice get really loose on exit. You'll see a lot of people trying to use the rear end by changing their brake bias to get the rear end to pitch in better for the front end. So it's going to be interesting. You're going to see a lot of people trying to get loose off the corner, and I think we're going to see that a lot tonight. The right front tire is going to be something that a lot of these drivers are going to have to really take care of tonight. I noticed that after a 40-lap run, that these tires would fall off big time on the right front and still have plenty left on basically all the other tires.
Well, and that's insight that only people like you and other drivers who have been out there and, like you talked about earlier today, taking the time to actually get out there and run some laps and see what happens on this track is a testament to not only your ability, but your worthiness of being up here with us tonight. So congratulations on being on the top of Mount Olympus, here high above Iowa Speedway. Lee Tidwell. Oh, my goodness. And Mr. Joseph McWhorter joining us this evening, along with Robert Moya, as we get set for the eNascar Outlaw League here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Joseph, it's going to be 130 laps tonight around this 0.88 mile oval. And this track It makes me excited for, and everybody's going to be like, oh, really? He's going to start talking about Nashville again. But it makes me excited for Nashville to come back out. It reminds me a lot of like Nashville, but it's so different as well with the banking on the straightaway and everything. But just the feel of this track reminds me of Nashville.
Yeah, I've never actually got to be to Nashville, but Jonathan, my teammate Jonathan Smith, he works there weekly. So, this track's a lot of fun. It's really rough and really abrasive, and it really, really takes a toll on the tires. And it's really going to come down to, who's going to be aggressive at the right times, who's going to be aggressive at the wrong times. We're going to see people come and go. I think through the entire race, we're going to see people that are hanging back at the beginning of the run and show up at the end of the run. I think it's really just going to come down to who can save the most tires and who can hit pit road, at the right time to get track position at the ending stage of this race.
Yeah, and as we watch time start rolling in, John Mignacca. Oh my gosh, I'm going to butcher that. John in the 13 at a 24.299. Darren Warrens will take the pole now. New quick time of 24.243. Donald Scala in third, 24.325. Russell Peets fourth, 24.457. Brandon Browning fifth at a 24.593. So it's going to take a sub 24 and a half to be on the in the top five here. It looks like on this fine evening.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be about track position tonight. It's really going to be really difficult. I mean, you really don't want to get stuck in traffic because the drafting and the air, the air getting back on your front end and stuff like that, it'll make you really tight in behind other cars. And you could have a tendency to overdrive it and really, really abuse those tires as the run goes on.
Absolutely, and that's the thing about, especially with the ARCA cars. We got ARCA braking going on. We've got these cars that are like boats to carry. It's going to be a fun night here, and in the general section, let's talk about tonight's sponsor of the eNascar Outlaw League. They are Blackgate Security Agency. Blackgate Security Agency is veteran-owned and operated in Erie, Pennsylvania, offering the highest trained and skilled security professionals in the industry. Check them out at www.blackgatesecurity.com for Erie, Pennsylvania, and all points around. Great professional security industry there at blackgatesecurity.com. Make sure you check them out. They're proud to bring you eNascar Outlaw League here tonight as we get set for Iowa. Robert Joseph, Iowa's one of those tracks where it's a lot of fun, but as y'all was talking about, it's real easy to get squirrely coming out of these turns. As I'm watching the number 14 of Kenny Zeems, man, what a race he had last week. Ken Zeems coming away with the victory on that crazy final couple of laps. But some quick times being put down. But yeah, you can lose it at any time into these ARCA machines. One slight press of the accelerator too much, and you're going to come on around.
Yeah, and on top of that, not only do you have to worry about getting loose on the exit of the corner, if you pick up the throttle too much and too quickly in the center of the corner, you're going to be real good friends with that outside wall on the exit.
And I love driving the ARCA cars because I'm a bottom split guy. Everybody knows this, but I enjoy the ARCA cars, and I enjoy calling these guys. When you got these skilled drivers, such as what appears here in the eNascar Outlaw League, and then you put them in some ARCA cars, man, it is some entertainment value right there. And we're glad everyone gets to join their Monday night here with us on Freaky Fast. Robert Warrens will take the pole here this evening. Dennis Warrens. Wait, Robert Warrens, Dennis Warrens. Do we got two Warrens? Robert, yeah. I didn't know we had two Warrens. I knew about the Zeems.
Looks like we do.
All right, Robert Warrens takes first in the 39 machine. Number 49 of Dennis Warrens in second. Paul Henley in third And that number 29, 49 for Dennis Warrens, by the way. 44 would be Devin Elward. He's in the 4th position. Sitting in 5th, Kyle Spees at the 36. The number 13 of John, just John, in 6th position. In 7th, Donald Scala in the number 18 car. The number 14 of Kenny Zeems in 8th. Ken Zeems says, hey, I'll be in 9th. He's in the 40 car. In 10th position, Christopher Lawrence in the number 9. The number 28 of Russell Peets in 11. 12th will be Brandon Browning. 13th, Jeff Vickery. 14th, Christopher Apgar. 15th, Stephen Ford. 16th, Daryl Arnold. 17th, Matt Blanc. 18th, Drew Halloran. Man, we got some new ones here. 19th, Patrick Stein. 20th, Joaquin Meza. 21st, Tyler Phillips. 22nd, Chris Malcolm. And 23rd, Shane Ledoux. It's time, Joseph. It's some ARCA time here at IO. We're going to do 130 laps with these overpowered cars. When you think about the horsepower to weight ratio, then go, how much tread do I really got on these tires and grip? These are some exciting cars to watch, and especially in the tight racing we're going to have this 0.88 mile oval.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. You know, with this racetrack being, you know, the way that it is, you're going to have multi-groove racing, and that's one thing these K&N cars have always produced really good here. Every single time that these ARCA cars are here, it's great racing, all the way from the wall, all the way down to the yellow line on the bottom in the turns. I mean, we're going to see cars going all which way, you know, whether they're entering high, entering low. You know, I was running a kind of right there on that seam where the top of those, you know, that second where those top white lines are. You're going to see a lot of people trying to use that kind of stuff and try and use lines and braking points and stuff to try and make moves tonight. We're just going to have to watch and see. And unfortunately, this track being as tight as it is with other cars, we're going to see some cautions tonight.
Preston Michael not able to make it to the race tonight. He gives the boys his luck, and here we go. Robert Warrens will be on the inside. Dennis Warrens will be on the outside as the pace car pulls off. The ARCA engines start to rev. This is what Monday nights are about. It's the eNascar Outlaw League here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting.
And that 39 got a really good jump there. Got beat Dennis off of the line there. Got the 49 above him, but now here it comes. Right in behind him, the 44 and the 14. The 14 already inside the top 5.
Yeah, Zeems already moved all the way up to the top 5. Warrens will be in the lead. Elward will overtake second if he can hold it into 1 and 2. Zeems now in 4th position, looking to sneak on the outside of Elward's going to leave him down low. Dennis Warrens will be in front of Zeems. Zeems going to give him a little tap there and say, come on, man, I am fast. Let's go. And that's going to get Warrens to the back of Warrens.
Yeah, we're already seeing a lot of aggression out of that 14 already. Like you said, getting on the back bumper of him out of 2. You got side by side. Yeah, a little bit of bumping and banging. It don't hurt these things. You got the 44 and the 14 side by side. The 14 with a power move coming off. Is he going to make it? No, he's going to stick it on the bottom side of the 49 as we go into 3.
Zeems will dive to the inside. Will he have enough to keep that nose down and in front of Robert Warrens? Man, that's hard to say. Robert Warrens, but no, Warrens will keep the lead, but Zeems has now moved up.
Oh, we got a wreck going into 1. Oh, no, who is that?
Oh, it was half the field by the end of it. Yeah, it looks like the 13 of John went across the start-finish line. Looked like he might have been stuck to the wall. Comes down and then gets T-boned. Oh, man. The 12 involved, the 13, the 10, the 40, the 9.
Oh, that 10 hit hard. Wow. Oh, and he goes airborne and into the catch fence. Whoa. I think we're going to need an ambulance on that one, boys.
Yeah, call the medic. We've got a caution here on lap 5 of 130 at Iowa with Man, I can't talk tonight. Iowa with eNascar Outlaw League. Robert Warrens will be in the lead. Kenny Zeems will be in second position.
I mean, that is such a hard hit for the 10 car. I mean, you know, I think he was thinking that he was going to be able to stay on the bottom side, and I think he was trying to go to the high side to get around him, but there wasn't anything the 10 car could do. You can see he's already clobbering the brakes to try and slow down. Just
Look, I'm just ready for I'm ready for the damage model to come to the Cup cars.
Oh, I know.
The trucks, you know, the way these ARCAs react, it's like I like that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really. I mean, iRacing's done a really good job. You know,
one of the worst things is when Robert goes to like the in-car camera of somebody that has completely lost a wheel, and it sounds like 17 8-year-olds scratching at chalkboards. It is terrible.
Yeah, it does. It does get very noisy when you have a wheel come off or break a control arm or something like that.
And don't forget that Freaky Fast Broadcasting is brought to you almost every night of the week except for Fridays. And why not Fridays? Because we're off on Fridays by the ButtKicker and Gamer2. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience, and the ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10 powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving to physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response, and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Use promo code FreakyFast20, that's Freaky with 2 E's, FreakyFast20, for 20% off your order of the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Also brought to you by Abruzzi USA, that's Abruzzi, ABRUZZI, USA.com. Your wear your way, be it from personalized sim gloves, karting gloves and boots, personalized team items, all kinds of different apparel. You can get it all right there at AbruzziUSA.com. Use promo code FreakyFast for 20% off your order of $30 or more there at AbruzziUSA.com. Also brought to you by iPitting and the iPitting board. The iPitting board is a web tool designed for iRacing teams. It helps to create an iRacing series board for all your teammates. It provides you, your teammates, a clear vision of every data point they need, from schedules, results, championship points, standings, and more. It's also a great help for your team's community manager, who can use the tool to share on social networks your team's achievements, events, and more. That's the iPitting board at iPitting.com. eNascar Outlaw League, brought to you tonight by Blackgate Security Agency. Blackgate Security Agency is a veteran-owned and operated in Erie, Pennsylvania, offering the highest trained and skilled security professionals in the industry. Check them out at the www.blackgatesecurity.com. Robert, Joseph, we are ready to get back underway in like a lap or so. Lap 9 is what it'll be this time around, of 1:30. We've seen our first crash of the evening. We've seen Kenny Zeems charge up 6 positions and will now sit in second. We'll start on the outside of Robert Warrens, who has dropped. Well, I said dropped. He was actually has led this entire race. Warrens has his strongest competition of the evening on this restart with Kenny Zeems, and also Elward in the 4th position in the number 44, right behind Zeems. This could be a fun little restart in the ARCA cars.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see what this 39 does on this restart to try and get away. We've seen him have a really, really good restart on that last time and get away from the 49, the 44, and all of them. So let's see what he can do on this one. You know, he's got to be really careful. I'm not sure, but I think on these you have to worry about wheel spin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah, even with some good, nice, warm tires, you will have wheel spin if you're not facing north and south. Here we go. Lap 10 as we cross the line. Zeems on the high side. Robert Warrens will start in first on the bottom. Here we go from Iowa into turn number 1. Warrens is going to have that bottom line. But look how fast Zeems is. Zeems is making that second line work. Joseph out of 2. Zeems will take the lead.
Zeems is going to take the lead with a power move and a beautiful restart. Beautifully executed. He's going to get that lead no problem coming out of turn 2. Down the backstretch, he's going to lead his first lap of the 9 if we got the 44 and the, I cannot see that number. We have another caution.
Another caution. Dennis Warren's up in the 3rd position before that caution. And we had all kinds of people involved back there. The 18 of Donald Scala is going to be one of those involved. And let's see here. We come out of 4. Scala will get touched.
Oh, it just got tight. Got right into the side of him and spun him around.
Yeah, who touched him?
Oh,
I'm curious.
It was the 18 getting right into the door of the, who was that?
36.
The 36, yeah.
Yeah, the 36 got involved, and then the 12 said boom, the 3 said kapow. The 10 says ah, and then barely touched the 18. So yeah, it's Arca, baby.
That's what we were talking about, though, in the pre-race show, is if you get back on the throttle too soon, you're gonna push real hard on exit. And I think we just saw a perfect example of that right there. Now, the 36 did come down a little bit away from the wall. I think maybe he saw something in front of him. I wasn't quite sure, but you know, that's what we were talking about, is you're definitely going to get tied on the exit if you get on the throttle way too soon.
From high atop my press box view, I could see the small pellets of rubber starting to collect in the turns. These tires are starting to wear down. It's not bad yet, but there you can definitely see the pellets starting to form. It looks about a foot and a half out from the wall. By the time we get done with this, it'll be down to the top white line. It's going to be crazy. I'd like to say hello to everyone out on Facebook this evening watching eNascar Outlaw League. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, give us some kind of reaction. It not only helps the league, it helps us as well. Give us that thumbs up. Hey, hey, this is fun tonight. Give us the heart. Hey, you're doing a great job. Give us the care. I'm always looking for the cares. I need to be validated in life, and Facebook is my way of validation. You can laugh at me if you want to. There's a laugh one. There's a oh my gosh, it's Robert Moya. There's the crying. If you feel bad for my wife, you can definitely hit the cries. Hopefully I don't make anyone angry, and the only person I can think that I would ever make angry would be Kayla Potter on a Sunday night. So I think I'm good tonight, unless Kayla's watching. If Kayla's watching, we better hear from her. But hello to everyone out on Facebook. Are we on YouTube tonight? I don't even know. We're on YouTube as well. Hello to everyone on YouTube. Hey, we're on multiple venues. Where else can you get that in 1080p? Nowhere but right here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Every night of the week but Fridays, because Fridays, that's ladies' night. That's the night that we have to make sure that the wifey is happy. So we can do this every other night of the week. Like tonight here with eNascar Outlaw League. Kenny Zeems, he did not take the lead, did he? I guess he might just be cruising up front, or did he take the lead?
Yeah, Zeems caught the lead coming off 2 there, but with a beautiful restart. I mean, he hung right there with that 39 on that restart. I mean, that was just perfectly timed.
Look, man, the crash got me excited, and then I monologued for everyone on the internet. I forgot what happened, 10 minutes ago. So.
See, I could tell Lee's already full of energy. He must have got him something, some kind of sweets in his system. It must be all the Mountain Dew. I'm telling you, it's the Mountain Dew.
I'm on can number 3, and we're on lap 15. It's a long night. Good thing this ain't alcoholic.
Speaking of that, we had a funny idea. Me and the Driven guys was doing a Driven takeover of the broadcast while all drunk.
You Driven guys need not be drunk.
Oh, trust me, I already know. It's a handful whenever we're sober, I could imagine.
Oh no, all my stuff froze up. Why is iTunes trying to open? I don't want to listen to music right now, iTunes. Go away. There we go.
Apple wants to stick their hands in there to kind of,
Do you remember? you might not be old enough, but back, it's been a while. iPhones randomly one day downloaded a YouTube album.
Yeah.
It was like a new, it was just there. And
they did that on purpose.
I never listened to them before, so I just deleted it after I figured out that they did it.
I deleted it too. I don't really like their music. I'm probably going to get some hate in the chat for that, but it's just not my kind of style. I'm more into like classic rock and roll and a little bit of this like country rock.
Yeah, I would much rather listen to Slipknot than pretty much anybody else. So that's I'm a full-blooded Octane guy. If you've got a Sirius XM radio, take Octane, but not the Walls of Jericho Octane. Take the real Octane. Take Jose Manga Octane. That's my level.
It looks like Steven. Oh.
We're going to be going back green. Steven, what now?
Looked like after that crash, it ended up glitching his game.
Green flag, green flag.
And that definitely can happen. Green flag. Kenny Zeems will lead him to the line. Warrens will be on the high side. Look, Paul Henley is back in third position. Dennis Warrens in fourth. Elward in fifth. As we come out of two, Kenny Zeems will continue to lead.
We got side by side the 49 and the 29 as they're side by side coming into turn 3. It's still door to door. Coming out of turn number 4, who do you think? Who's going to get it? It looks like the 29's powering off the corner as he goes into turn 1. He's going to clear him.
He's going to take the high side. Henley will continue in third. It's going to bring Dennis Warrens into fourth, Elward in fifth. And now Drew has moved up 12 positions from his starting of 18th to the lovely number 6 at the moment. Number 50, Drew Halloran. Yeah, I haven't seen him this year yet, so that's a new one for me. So let's see how, Drew's already impressive. Lap 19 up 12 spots. Brandon Browning, Jeff Thickery, Russell Peets, and
big check up out of the 49 out of 2 here as the 44 is now inside. We got the 29 inside of the 39. We got side-by-side racing. It looks like the 29 may clear. The 44 is going to clear of the 49 as the 29 also clears the 39. And like you're saying, the 50 car, he's looking mighty fast tonight. I mean, he's already, like you said, up 12 positions, and he's looking very good. It depends on how much he's going to save, as we now the 44 is looking underneath the 39 here.
Yeah, the 39 of Warrens is, he might have ran that thing ragged these first 20 laps, because he is falling now and continues to fall backwards. He's down 3, started on pole.
Well, the question is he falling back because he abused the tires, or is he falling back on purpose to save the tires? You know, we haven't had very many green flag laps. You know, is he trying to call a strategy call like we've seen in other leagues, like Brian Johnson does on Saturday nights? Is he trying to pull something like that?
Hey, somebody that's not is Kenny Zeems. Zeems pulled out a 1.2 second lead over second place Henley. Henley now has Elward right behind him. Elward's starting to make the charge here. Elward now down to the bottom, coming out of 4, has got Paul Henley directly in his sights. We'll go lap 24 of 130 as we cross the line now into 1 and 2. You can see these cars starting to have a little glide to them. If you've ever watched the goalie skating, because goalies don't skate like regular hockey players. They skate differently. They got like a penguin glide. These guys kind of glide out of those corners and glide into those corners. And it's getting kind of slick out there.
Yeah, you're going to see that a lot tonight, especially with these cars and this new tire model. You know, we got a little group right here. We got the 39, the 49, the 50, the 48, and the 17 all aligned right here, real close. You know, they're keeping each other, real honest right now.
Yeah, Elward's strong. Elward's stronger than Henley right now. I've watched him for a lap, and he's just kind of been peekabooing around.
It looks like he keeps getting real tied in behind the 29 right now. I think he might be biding his time or trying to get a run. It looks like he keeps getting real tight.
Yeah, he's looking to see where he wants to go and where, right now, not only is he sitting in third position, staring down second, fourth position, Robert Wards is over a second behind him, so he can test these multiple lines, and that's something about these ARCA cars in Iowa. It's multiple lines.
One thing, we see a big checkup out of the 29. He hit the bump, and it got him loose. Here comes the 44 on the inside coming into turn 3. He's right there. He's still on the inside. He's right there, almost even. 44 and the 29 coming off of turn 4, side by side, door to door as they cross the line. Who's going to get it going into 1, Lee?
Henley takes it at the line and will continue with the power move on the high side. He's making that second groove work. Elward has to fall back into third position Going to give Robert Warren some time now to make that distance only 0.7 of a second and closing. Dennis Warrens will sit in 5th, Browning 6th, Russell Pete 7th, Jeff Vickery 8th, Shane LaDue in 9th, and Drew Halloran. Drew's in 10th. Go, Drew.
Yeah, you should see this little hornet's nest we got as Drew is now side by side with the 9 car. And we have just a big gaggle of cars back here as we go into turn 3.
And they spin and hit the wall. 40 touched the wall. Yeah, Ken Zeems came up and touched the wall, and it looked like Drew was involved with that, or at least was around it when it happened, because that's where I was going to. But yeah, some shenanigans.
Nothing's really changed inside our top 5. I say that, but another big wiggle out of the 29 as the 44 got a little bit closer that time. I mean, it seems like the bumps are really not the 29's friend tonight. It looks like Paul.
Kenny Zeems. I have no idea what I was just told in my headset. Just to be honest with everyone, I was told something and I didn't catch it. So Kenny Zeems will continue to lead. Paul Henley in second.
Big move, 13 underneath the 50 going into turn 1 here. 50 got tight, real tight, and the 13's underneath him. I think the 36 is going to follow along with him. Looks like we're battling for around 10th, 11th, and 12th. 36 side by side with the 50. It looks like the 50's really falling off here. We talked about him just a minute ago. Oh, he's up in the marbles. That's not a good place to be. Here comes the 18 on top of that, just piling on top of the 50 car. I'm not really seeing any damage, dude. We ever figure out what happened? I don't see any damage on his race car. You think maybe he used it up just a little bit getting through all that tonight? We may have. We have the 8 car now and the 40 car coming back. 40 car underneath both the 8 and the 50 here.
I just realized I hit
3
mute.
wide. And the 40's going to clear.
I
don't know. The 50 looks like he's struggling hard.
Yeah, I think, Joseph, it looks like the 50, I think he burned off his tires, you know. You were out there running with these guys, testing it out, Joseph. After a couple, how was your tires looking? Did you have to keep that right front tire on, or did it burn off really, really fast?
Well, I ran a pretty good amount. I ran about half a fuel run. And as we have the 44 back up underneath the 29 again. But yeah, it seemed like the right front was something that you really had to babysit. You know, I pitted after about a 50 lap run and I was down all the way to like 60% on the right front, and still had 90s, about 97 to 98 on both the left front, the left rear, and the right rear, interesting enough.
Okay, and what are we looking at on fuel mileage here? 29.
Well, it showed that I still had about 50 laps left, so I'm going to say that I could run about 100 laps on a tank of fuel here. Wow. The 44 is going to power off of turn 2. Got a position switch here for second place, and here comes the 39 rebounding back. He's right knocking on the back door of these two up front.
So Elward spent a few laps sniffing around, figured out exactly what line he wanted to take while at the same time conserving tires. Kenny Zeems is in another universe at the moment. Kenny Zeems has got a lead over Elward of almost 4 seconds. As he comes around one, he's now contending with lap traffic of Daryl Arnold. But Arnold politely got out of the way, so Zeems will continue to lead Elward second.
We've got a battle for 10th going here between the 9 and the 13. They've still been racing around each other. They're running a really interesting line. They're running kind of the line that I was running when I was doing practices. We have the 13 and the 9 side by side going to the 3 here. Is the 13 going to be able to clear him? He's running that higher line than the 9. I think he's going to get him here. He's going to be able to power off. Yep, right there. 13's got him, and here comes the 18 on top of that. I don't think the 9's really helping himself a little bit running that low line like that. 18's right there on the right rear quarter. About even now, and they're going to power off the corner again. I don't think that low line's really where you want to be this late in the race there, Lee.
Yeah, I'm not the person to throw questions to. I'm not that guy.
Not that guy.
No, you're doing my job, so I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just watching.
Hey,
the race.
we got the 39 and the 29 side by side now. It looks like Paul's kind of fading off a little bit. As we thought earlier, the 39 was fading off, but maybe he was doing like what I thought. Maybe he just fell back on purpose to cool the tires down and save him a little bit. Because you see him get around him pretty easy here. It only took him a few laps to get back up to him and get around him. He's going to power off turn 2 and pull a little bit farther away.
Yeah, the differential between first and even third, 5 seconds. It's crazy. Kenny Zeems, he's not slowing down.
No,
he
he's
just
not.
ran a 25.2.
He's running some really good lap times. I'm very impressed by what I'm seeing out of that 14.
Oh my goodness, he ran low at quickest lap last lap. Kenny Zeems is still faster than everyone.
Wow. That's so interesting. I'm so interested in the line that he's running. I mean, he has second place by almost 4 seconds. I mean, yeah, 4.1 seconds. Now, interesting enough, Robert Warren's actually knocked off 2/10 on the leader that lap. He went from 5.2 to 5.0 that last lap.
Yeah, but when you're talking 0.2 of a second and a 5-second gap, I mean, you're talking so many laps. So it's Kenny. Right now, it depends on, do we get a yellow and that's where we all pit, or are we going to have to do it under green? Then what's your strategy on that? Are you first? Are you last? That is where it looks like this might shake up, depending on how far fuel will take you. And the way we've seen these ARCA cars run, I mean, if they hit 60+ laps, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and see, like I said, I think you can run about, just about 100 laps on fuel, interesting enough. Like I said, I ran 50 laps and still had 50 in the tank in the pit. And interesting enough, Lee, Robert, again, has knocked that down from 5.2 to 4.7 as we have our first pit stop. The 29 with Paul Hindley's coming in.
Yeah, Spees came in on 12, Gala on 14. So, we're on 45. Yeah, Hindley on 45. But yes, I guess the 14 and the 12s were involved in that incident. Tyler Phillips involved with that as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We still have a little bit of a gaggle of cars back here around, from about 8th all the way back to about 14th, 15th. They're still really close to each other, battling around as we see the 18 and the 70 and the 17 now. 18's looking. He's going to look low here. He's going to brake early. He's going to try and get a power move off the corner here. Let's see if he can get it off. He's side by side with him. Is he going to clear him? No, door to door. 17 has a little bit of a run on the high side. And the 18 beat him off on the 4 side. He's going to get him on turn 4. I don't know. Actually, yes, and here comes the 13 on top of that. I really didn't think the bottom side was going to be able to beat that. See, the 13 is making a little bit of a get closer. Now the 40's underneath the 9 coming out of turn 2. 9's going to beat him back. 40's still right there. It's really interesting. We're seeing such a difference in line between some of these drivers. And it's making it really interesting in the racing. I mean, you're seeing people use all the way up inside where near those, where you see the marbles up there in the gray, all the way down to the yellow line. As now we have almost 3 wide coming off of turn 2, the 17, the 9, and the 40. Excuse me, sorry, I had a hiccup. 17 and the 9, door to door. It's going to be a little bit of a touch. Oh, we have a slow car, the 3. Really slow off too. Something happened. 39's underneath the 44, but Robert Warren's right back into second place. still have this battle going on back here. The 18's on the outside of the 49 here. I'm probably talking too much.
Like I said, Justin's doing my job. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm watching the race.
Well, here, let me back off for a second. I'll go ahead and let you go, Lee, as we do have a battle for second. It looks like the 39 is finally going to clear the 44 going into 1 here, Lee.
No. You were doing a great job. I was letting you do your thing, man.
I'm sorry, I just got focused.
Well, and it's something that a lot of people do notice when, no matter what, if you watch a racing broadcast, if you watch football, if you watch basketball, if you watch hockey, golf, whatever, you have a play-by-play guy and you have a analysis guy. You've got a commentator. You, like me, are a play-by-play guy. Two play-by-play guys were missing a part because we're the ones that throw it to the guy who then explains why things happen. And that's not what we do. We tell you what's happening, and then the other guy should fill in the blank. So
yeah,
it is what it is, man. It's good. Now we know we can make a second crew because we found another meet.
Hey, that's true. And what is unfortunate, though, between the 39 and the 44, I was watching the lap times. The 39 was running down the leader until he got to the 44. He got it all the way down to 4.3 seconds. But as the 44 and the 39 had to battle side by side, they fell back all the way to 5.9 seconds. That's a big drop just between trying to battle for one position, and that shows you how valuable it is to try and get around track or other cars very quickly.
And now they're contending with a lap car who is staying to the high side. Got a little loose there. That was a little scary.
That was,
he started coming toward Robert. I'm like, hey, don't
I
hit
didn't like
Warren.
the way they looked at all. That would have made me a little bit sweaty there. Oh man, the McKinney is just putting on a clinic right now as he's side by side with the 11. Oh, we have door-to-door tech. Oh man, the leader just touched with the 11 car. And they touch again. Oh man.
Looks like he finally let it by the 11, Patrick Stein. See exactly what happened there.
Yeah, they were coming off the corner. The 14 was coming up to run his normal line. And the 11 came down just a little bit and actually doored the 14 just ever so slightly.
Interesting.
That just shows you how important it is for these spotters to really get, do their job like they're supposed to, and let these slow cars know that, hey, the leader's coming. Oh,
Brandon Colley, you're correct, sir. Even though I couldn't tell you who Larry Mack was. What was it? 2 nights ago? Robert. I know who it was. Yeah, I miss my I'm gonna start calling Zach Hall Big Mac.
Big Mac.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, Big Mac.
Got
Like I
Baby
said,
Driver and Big Mac.
Like I said, these cars can go about 100. I have the hiccups now, and this is a very unfortunate time to have the hiccups. And I blame Freddy's Steak Burger because that's what I had for dinner tonight.
Kenny's deems the race leader will come into the pits here on lap 59. Warnes and Elward will stay out as we continue to race green flag. Elward will go ahead.
And I think that's probably a really good call there on the 14. I mean, he's got such good speed. And he's trying to split this run in half, and I think what he's going to end up doing is probably coming back down at about 110 and give himself a good 20-lap run on the last set of tires. I think is what we're going to see. Or he could save him for a late race caution.
So Robert Warren stayed out. Elward came on in. Scala, who pitted on 14 after involved in an incident, will move up to 3rd position. Brandon Browning stays out. Now he's up 10 positions running in 2nd.
And I have seen that 48. He's been, I've seen him. He was back there around the top 10 position and battling. But after he got free of that little gaggle of cars, he's been slowly picking them off. And it's been really interesting to watch him move his way through the pack and get up to 2nd place. Now, granted, there's been a few people that have pitted so far, as we see the 14 on the outside of him. But he's made his way slowly and methodically all the way towards the front.
Kenny Zeems out of the pits is really, really fast. Is here. I saw him just come flying around the 48. 48, Brandon Browning will stay out. Get that. Well, he already got the bonus point. I don't know why he stayed out now. But look at Kenny Zeems. He is gone.
Yeah, he gets his lap back, and he is disappearing as we have a little bit of a battle going on here between the 13 and the 18. Yeah, I mean, the 14's been fast all night so far, Lou.
Yeah, the 13 is John. He pitted on 4 after that incident.
Here comes the 13 into the pits, speaking of him.
Yeah, so John will take a pit. Ken Zeems will stay out. He pitted on lap 12. Scala stays out. He's going to be in second position. He pitted on 14. Brandon Browning did not pit yet. He stays out. And then it's going to be Kenny Zeems, Daryl Arnold, Paul Henley, Robert Warnes, Devin Elward, Tyler Phillips, Matt Bellick, Russell Peets, Kyle Spees. Actually, Billick pitted on lap 5. That's crazy. Christopher Lawrence and Dennis Warrens and Shane Ledoux. I like that name.
Ledoux. Every time I see that last name, all I can think about is Chris Ledoux.
I have no idea who that is.
You don't know who Chris Ledoux is?
No clue.
Oh my goodness! And you live in Nashville?
What's he, like a country singer or something?
Yeah.
All right, so I was held captive in a country music radio station for 10 plus years and had to play that stuff. I don't listen to that stuff. I told you, Slipknot, Korn, Pantera, Guar, things like that. That's what I like.
Hey,
And
you come do my job. I mean, you're just basically stuck listening to music every day.
yeah, I started a new job today. That was interesting.
Oh yeah? Well, congratulations, man. I'm moving into a new house this week. So you're starting a new job. I'm getting a house. Everybody's just moving up in the world.
So we're still looking at things shaking out because we still got some pit stops coming in. The 40 is coming in. But the 48 is coming in now. That's going to leave Brandon Scala. Brandon Scala? No. His twin brother, Donald. Donald Scala will be in first position. But look at those new tire guys just boom, boom, inside, outside. Scala's just trying to drive.
I wonder if maybe he's trying to wait for a late race caution here. I mean, but he's just giving up so much time. I mean, Kenny's already back up inside the top 5 already. I mean, I'm not seeing exactly where. I mean, unless he's hoping for a late race or hoping for a caution here in the middle of this green flag stop, which could happen. I mean, we've seen it before as we have the 29 in the wall going into turn 3.
Yeah, Kenny Zeems just crossed the start-finish line. He is in second position. And Donald Scala is way high up there. Coming out of turn number 4.
I think what we're going to see right here is we're going to see the 18 pit, I think, as soon as the 14 gets to him. Which, honestly, that's not that bad of an idea.
Kenny. Sorry. Kenny almost tail whipped into the wall. I mean, he was way up on the track, like Elon Musk on a Joe Rogan podcast.
Good episode though. Funny enough that you bring that up. Oh man,
definitely was interesting. Scala could stay out, but Zeems, man, he's just sliding this thing around like a figure skater right now. And
interesting.
I know.
Go ahead, sir. Sorry, I hate to break it up, but I just noticed that the 13 actually blew through his pit stall. And that's somebody that was running inside the top 10, and that's not going to help him.
So as we are on lap 72 of 130, we are going to set our field as we watch Donald Scala. Is he going to take a pit? No, he is not. Scala's going to hold it and stay out. Kenny Zeems now is looking to get even closer as Zeems is now crossing the start-finish line as Scala comes out of 2. So he's cut a quarter of the track off of that lead now. And I wouldn't be surprised if Scala will pit fairly soon.
Yeah,
and there he goes. All right, so Scala's going to pit. Here we go. Kenny Zeems will be in first position. Robert Warrens will be second. Elward third. Henley fourth. Daryl Arnold will be fifth. Russell Pete sixth. Kyle Speed seventh. Brandon Browning eighth. Ken Zeems ninth. And Christopher Lawrence will be in 10th position. Kenny Zeems has a monster lead right now over Robert Warrens, who just took second.
Oh, we say that, and the leader just got doored by the 8 car, and he's spinning.
And you're right, Kenny Zeems. Yeah, Kenny Zeems is in the entrance to pit road.
He just got hit by the 8 car. I can't hear what he's saying, but he just got hit by the 8 car, and that's giving a lot of people back their lead lap. As now Robert and the 44 and the 29 all take over the lead. Oh, that is disastrous for such a fast race car.
I think that the 8 didn't see him, honestly. I think the 8 was coming on down to go into the pits, because he immediately went in the pits right after it. But was coming down to go into the pits, didn't realize that the leader was right there. And Kenny Zeems, just when he dove down into the corner, right into the rear end of the 8.
Oh, man, that is so unfortunate. I mean, that's going to hand the race over to the 39 and the 44. I mean, this is going to set up for even better racing now. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate for Kenny Zeems. But, you know, that's given these guys, you know, the 30, 39, the 44, and the 29, who is starting to catch those 2 lead cars. I mean, this could be really interesting here.
The 18 of Scala back out here on the course now. Of course, like it's, you know, some kind of Monaco or something. But back out on the track, looking to get that lap back. We'll dive down to the inside of Warrens, and we'll take the lap back here on lap 77 of 130. Warrens has also got another lap car there in the number 5. There, that's Ledoux. So Shane Ledoux kind of in the way and slides up to the top side. Here comes Warrens trying to pass him. The 18 will take that lap back near the tail end of the lead lap now. In second place, Devin Elward is now 1.3 seconds behind. But now Elward is going to have to contend with the lap traffic as well. Let's watch this. Elward comes to the back of Ledoux. As we exit 2, it's Ledoux right behind the 39 of Robert Warrens, who is the leader. Elward is second position, 0.6 of a second behind Shane Ledoux. As they come out of 4, look at him slide it through. Man, Elward just slid that all the way up to the wall.
Talk about sideways.
That was a slide job. That was dirt. Should have been Wednesday.
Oh, man. That was sideways. It wasn't as sideways as me at Charlotte, though, Saturday night. Holy moly.
Charlotte was fun.
Oh, dude, that I don't think you understand just how close my butt was to eating my own chair. Oh, man. It was definitely a pucker factor was hit to 10 on that one.
So we got some, Kenny Zeems will come back out onto the track. Kenny Zeems looking for some cautions and for some lucky dogs to battle back up. So here we go. Out of 4, Robert Warrens will lead. Ledoux will be behind him, but Ledoux will be in 11th position. Second place will be Devin Elward in the 44. Elward goes high into 1 and 2 and will run that middle line. And then Kenny Zeems is getting up to speed. He fell all the way back to 17.
Oh, we have a yellow.
There's the caution.
Oh, no, that's going to keep a lot of people trapped the lap down. I was sitting here watching the top 5 battle it out right now. For that
no, was
position.
Kenny involved? Kenny Zeems is sideways.
Oh, no.
Kenny Zeems, let's see here, comes, he went below the yellow line, and when he came back up, it just whipped that tail end around. He hit the outside wall.
Oh.
And
it looked like he got loose coming in entry, and then he hit those bumps, and it got him right there on that yellow line, and he just kicked him sideways.
yeah, that left front tire, dude, Robert, do not go to an in-car shot. That is loud right now. I can't.
Oh, yeah, that is very loud inside that race car right now. And, man, you got to feel for Kenny Zeems right now. He was having such a good evening. Oh.
If this wasn't virtual, I would now whisper to the producer off air, get a camera down there before this race is over.
You know, you hate seeing misfortune like this for a driver, especially somebody that was so fast and had such a good dominant race going, but Yeah, you know, right there was a good example of, well, speaking from personal experience, that was a good example of making a bad situation worse.
Yes, sir. So we will be under caution lap 84 of 130 here at Iowa Speedway in Newton, Iowa. You know what they're famous for in Newton, Iowa?
Nothing but corn. I've been there.
I'm glad you at least said something, because you just said what? I was going to say, I don't know. I was hoping you would. But
I've been there. I've actually stayed at the truck stop right across the street from the racetrack.
That's okay. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's actually kind of cool. Let me tell you, it's just a whole bunch of cornfields with just a racetrack in the middle of it.
Warnes is dropping back.
I think he got a speeding penalty. Yeah, he got a speeding penalty.
Oh, man.
But, hey, here's the thing, though. We only have 11 cars on the lead lap right now. And Robert has been really fast tonight. He's got to be the second or third best car tonight. So, even with this, I mean, there's a couple other cars that are taking the wave around. He's still going to be in really good shape. I wouldn't count the 39 out yet.
So, Russell Peets will inherit the lead. He pitted on lap 60, where everyone else pitted from 67, 83, give or take, and in that range. So Russell Peets. I haven't got to call Russell Peets in the front of the race yet. That's going to be fun. Russell Peets in the 28 will be in first. Ken Ziems in the 40, looking to avenge. In second position, Brandon Browning in third, Christopher Lawrence in fourth, Kyle Spees fifth, Dennis Warnes will be sixth, Devin Elward seventh, Paul Henley in eighth, Donald Scala ninth, and Shane Ladue will be in 10th position in that number 5 Tides car.
Oh, man. This has been, you know, we had a really good green flag run there, and now we've seen some action down here, Lee, and you got to get a little bit excited. I mean, we've only got, what, 60 more laps to go? Oh, sorry, 50 more laps to go, a little less. I mean, this is going to be a really interesting race. You have Russell Peets, who hasn't had a chance to be up front yet today. You know, we're going to see what he's going to be able to do with some clean air. You've had Ken Ziems. He's been really fast running around that 8th to 9th, you know, the latter half of the top 10. We're going to get to finally see what he can do. And on top of that, we had the 48, who drove from, what mid-pack all the way up into the top 5 on his own. This is going to be a really good restart here.
When you look at the top 4, Russell Peets up 10 spots, Ken Ziems up 7, Brandon Browning up 9, Christopher Lawrence up 6. I mean, these guys, they played the first half of this race pretty strategically.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I mean, like we've really seen the 44, the 29, the 39, and the 49 all be up front most of the race tonight. Now, with the 14 having his issues tonight, you know, this is going to give the chance to somebody else to really grab hold and maybe even win this race tonight that maybe we didn't think actually had it, you know, that it didn't look possible before. This opens up a whole bunch of options going into this, you know, this what could be the last restart, what could be the start of many restarts. We know how cautions breed cautions as we're going into the restart here, Lee.
Cautions breed cautions, and you can see that on Nat Geo Wild. As we get set to go back green, it'll be lap 88 of 130. When we get started, the pace car will pull off in an erratic manner, and here we go. Russell Peets on the low side. Ken Ziems will be high side. Ooh, Ken Ziems got a good start. He got a real good
start. Get going. That 40 on the outside.
Yeah, so Ken's going to take that position relatively easily. Christopher Lawrence now on the high side. And that's the difference in tires. Ken Ziems pitted on 67. Russell Peets on lap 60. The 7-lap difference on the tires. The number 9 of Christopher Lawrence will work the high side now, looking to put the 28 back to 3rd position. Will that time around? Now it's Brandon Browning in the 48 in 4th position. Can he come up and challenge? But Peets isn't going to give it up. Look at there, Joseph. Door to door.
They're still door to door. I mean, he's holding on strong. He's going to try and get back to it. It wasn't a very good restart. I mean, he was definitely lagging on that restart, but he's going to try and make, 7-lap older tires. He's going to try and make it work. The 9 of Christopher Lawrence is actually going to get clear here going into 1. And on top of that, here comes the 48 and the 44 knocking on the back door of the 28.
Yeah, Elwood, you never count him out. Elwood is sitting in 5th position, the number 44 machine, now looking to the top side of Brandon Browning.
Here comes the
They're going to have
the bottom side, and here comes the 44. He's going to make it 3 wide. Oh, they almost touch. Oh, that was close. Side by side, the 48 and the 44 going into 1. Wow, that was a bold move by the 44 Elwood.
Yeah, the 48, I think he had made up his mind that he was going to overtake Russell Peets. But at the same time, Elwood's like, "No, I'm gonna pass you," and then we went 3 wide, and that was a cat squeak, man. That was a little iffy there. So now Elwood will battle with Peets. This is going to be a battle for 3rd position. Back battling for 5th is going to be Brandon Browning and Paul Henley. And look at Elwood
looking bad fast, man. As he's going to try and get all the way up to the 9 car. I think he's going to try and make a run here going into turn 3.
Elwood's going to dip his nose into the inside. He's going to hug that yellow line. He has position. Will overtake 2nd position. The number 44 of Devin Elwood now sets his sights on the 40 machine of Ken Zeems.
Now, like I said, keep in mind, the 39 had to restart all the way back, and I believe 15 or just about 15th position. And he's already up to 9th. Having that speeding penalty, he had to go all the way to the end of the line. So, we're seeing now the 29 side by side with the 9 car.
That's going to be Christopher Lawrence and Paul Henley. Henley on the inside will... Oh, man.
He's got him.
In there.
But here comes the 9 back to the inside. He's going to try a crossover.
Lawrence now trying to go to the inside, but did not have enough as Russell Peets got an excellent run. Now we got a battle between Zeems and Elwood. Elwood looking for... I told you he was strong, man. It only took him, a lap to catch up. And now door-to-door with Zeems. They come out of 2. Zeems to the high side. Elwood will be on the bottom. We come into 3 here at Iowa. It'll be 36, make it 35 to go across the line. Did Elwood lead a lap? Yes, he takes that position, slides in front of Ken Zeems. And Zeems doesn't really give him an issue there. I mean, it could have been either that Elwood is just that dadgum strong, or Zeems said it's only lap 96 and 130. I'm okay right here.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a good little battle going here between 6th, 7th, and 8th right now. As the 48 is side by side with the 9 car. As Peets continues to fall back. I'm really surprised that 7 laps between him and the leader is this big of a difference. As he's going to... Oh, we're almost at contact. The 18 had to check up big time right there. Oh, boy, that got close.
Scala and Peets was in mid-battle and then was like, whoops, and almost got into each other. As we come out of 4 with those 2, they're still going to be door-to-door. And now we're starting to see everyone being a little bit looser on that tail end, going into turns, coming out of turns, and then those center of the turn. You don't hit the apex just right. If you're not following that line, if you get out of that groove, you get really, really tight, and you go way up the track.
And while all that's going on, we just might as well go ahead and move that chess piece for Paul Henley going into 2nd, as he's going to try and chase back down the 44 as we saw before. He went right on around Ken Zeems.
Yeah, this time around it'll be lap 100 of 130, so 31 to go. Elwood in the lead, Henley 2nd, Ken Zeems 3rd, Brandon Browning 4th, Donald Scala in 5th. We are here with the eNascar Outlaw League on Freaky Fast Broadcasting at Iowa Speedway on this lovely Monday evening. It's our Monday ARCA Madness here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, as we love calling these ARCA cars, and especially in these tracks where they get to do some racing.
Man, Robert is trying to get through this pack as quickly as he can. I mean, he's battling right now with Peets. You got to wonder, is he burning his stuff up too fast? As Peets is going to look on the outside of the 9. We're going to be almost 3 wide as the 39 gets side by side with the 28 and the 9. Now he's going to be side by side with the 28. You got 28 in the wall now.
Yeah, he's just riding up there. Ooh.
Ooh. Now we have the 39. He's finally clear of that. But, you know, he's already back 5.5 seconds. You know, is he going to have enough time to be able to drive all the way back up to it? I mean, just there. I mean, he went all the way from 5.2 at the start of the last lap. Now he's down to almost 6 seconds behind the leader trying to get back through the field after a big mess up on pit road.
And you're not catching Devin Elward right now, and not unless your name's Paul Henley. Henley is the only one I see with an opportunity now, less than a second. He is coming up quick now, 0.8 of a second. Now back to a second. Okay, he's better in the third. I give him that.
Yeah, it's we're going. You know, it's a little bit in between, a little bit. You know, it's going back and forth. You know, just a little bit of I'm faster, you're faster, I'm faster, you're faster. You know, a little back and forth as we watch the 9 and the 39 side by side. Still, Robert has to be really patient here and not get frustrated. He's going to have to just not make mistakes and make sure that he's saving those tires because he doesn't have another set. He pitted before the caution and he pitted again. He has no more tires. If we have a late race caution, there's a few people that still have one more set left.
We come across the line, 105 of 130. Devin Elward continues to lay down.
Oh, we have yellow.
Oh, man. Where did that happen? So looking to see. I'm just bouncing around the track now to see if I...
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything either, unless somebody maybe just got it sideways and already got it gathered up.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure where that came from. So we will be.
Now, as we were just talking about a late race caution and Robert already using that set of tires, Lee, I mean, you got to wonder. I mean, you know, what do you do here? I mean, I guess there's really not much you really can do.
Yeah. As I'm trying to get back live, got to hit fast forward about 87 times and then wait for it to catch back up. That's what happens when you rewind as far back as I did. But yeah, I cannot find what happened. And the tire limit with these cars, especially with the ARC, I mean, they will eat up some tires if you don't take care of them. And there's a lot of guys that are taking that that extra set, and now it's just it's to infinity or beyond.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I mean, we did see, like I said, we did see Robert get all the way up into 8th position and battling side by side with that 9 car. And interesting enough, I believe Robert just pitted again. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
So which one?
Robert Warnes.
In the 39. That's... Yeah, I'm showing him coming out of the pits.
Interesting.
So, everybody taking 4 tires, according to our telltale producer, who loves to whisper sweet nothings in our ear and give us excellent information. It is lap 108 of 130. Devin Elward has put himself in an excellent position. Paul Henley, Donald Scala will round out your top 3. Those 3 did not pit during this. Then we go Ken Zeems in 4th. Robert Warnes in 5th, Christopher Lawrence 6th, Brandon Browning 7th, Dennis Warnes 8th, Russell Peets 9th, and Shane LaDue in 10th position. Look at Robert Warnes all the way up to 5th, back up to 5th position. He is ready to do some running.
And I guess now with fresh tires, from what it sounds like. I mean, our producer's saying that he was able to take 4 tires. I mean, from my understanding, they only had 2 sets on top of what you started with. Oh, that's a good point. He may have just taken fuel there, Lee. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't have the data pulled up for what happened during the green flag stop, so I have no idea.
Yeah. I go by whatever gets whispered into my ear. Big shout out to Shane Tierney out there. What up, Shane? Shane watching on Facebook as we are starting to see everyone coming back to see the finale of this race here at Iowa. The ARCA cars with eNascar Outlaw League. We saw some ARCA braking earlier. That is definitely a thing here at Iowa tonight, but I tell you what, this is not like my bottom split ARCA races that I have where everybody's taking out everybody in the first lap. No, these guys can actually drive these things. We are only on caution number 4 after 109 laps here. If you've got a 30-lap ARCA race, you're going to have 4 cautions.
Yeah, it's, these cars are a lot of fun, and there's just sometimes you get into those low end splits that just some people just don't seem to quite have it under control. And here's another thing that we need to think about. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Kenny Zeems went to victory lane last week, correct?
Yes.
So it also just shows you just how humbling this can be. You can go from the top one week. I mean, we've seen a theme of this lately, both in real life and on iRacing. We've seen people go from the top all the way to the bottom in just a matter of a week. You got to really feel for the guy. He was the talking point of tonight's show. And, but at the end of the day, we're going to have probably a really interesting race. I mean, we have Devin Alwood, Paul Henley, Donald Scala, Ken Zeems, and Robert Warrens all right there as we go green, Lee.
Green, green, green.
We are going green flag. It'll be a 20-lap shootout here in the ARCA cars for eNascar Outlaw League. Into 1. Look at Elward. He is still really, really strong. Paul Henley not going to give it up there on the outside, though. Will stay right there with him. The 40 of Ken Zeems will remain in 3rd position. The 9 of Christopher Lawrence will be the 4th caution. I am seeing the 5 Shane Ledoux involved.
Oh no, the Ledoux. Oh, that was a big
Shane
crash
Ledoux.
coming out of 2. Oh boy.
Did he? What? He got spun. No, I mean, what
Oh
happened
no,
there?
the 11 got tagged by the 13 and just collected the 5.
Yeah, the 13 and the 11 tap each other, and it goes up into the 5. Was that an issue of an ARCA brake?
No,
It looked like the 5 got might have gotten tapped even before that, because he kind of went up towards the wall, slowed down. Then the 13 and the 11 just the pitter patter of little feet.
Yeah, it looked like the 5 got loose on a braking, because as soon as he hit his braking point, he got real loose and bobbled it up towards the fence. But underneath that, the 11 and the 13, and unfortunately the 5, just an innocent bystander on that one.
I think the 13 might have been a little aggressive on that one. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh man,
I like John, I really do, but that looks a little aggressive on the replay. I'm sure these guys don't take an announcer's word for it, because I make up half the things I say.
Just late race aggression, man. Like we talked about, cautions breed cautions, Lee.
It does, and we were looking at a 20-lap shootout, and after this, we're probably going to look at about a 13-lap shootout.
Well, the good thing is, it looks like the 5's going to be able to continue. It looks like he's got a faster pair, and he's going to be able to get back out there. But I don't think he's got any more tires, so it's a bad night. But you know what? He still has a shot at getting inside that top 10, and that's what he really just needs to focus on. Hey, I can rebound. We can still have a shot at the top 10 for this 5 car tonight.
As I try to tune out the driver chatter in my ear, but you get real interested in what they're talking about. So every once in a while we'll get real quiet, except for Robert, because he's smart enough not to even have them on in his headset, so he can't hear it. But I'll get real quiet, and he'd be like, "You all right?" I'd be like, "Yeah, man, I'm listening to them. They're not happy."
Oh yeah, there's definitely some conversations going on right now, but I have it turned down. Oh man, this has been a really good race, and it's definitely amped up. We've seen a lot of drama tonight, and that's one thing that we were talking about in the pre-race, Lee, me and you. This track breeds action. This track breeds multi-lane racing. This is why this track is so good. It's it's very abrasive. It's multi-group. You're gonna have action, and that's exactly what we've seen tonight.
Well, any track that has a billboard advertising pork, the other white meat, I am totally good with. I want some pork chops, grilled pork chops right now so bad just from seeing that billboard.
All right, well, we haven't had a conversation of food, and I always watch your guys' broadcast, and you have a conversation on food. So let's hit it. We're going to have a food conversation for a minute.
Yeah, so we had my son's birthday party, our little COVID birthday party. So only his mom and his stepdad came over, but we grilled out last night and stuff. What I want to know from Mr. Kenneth Blackburn, and I'm pretty sure he's watching on Facebook, he's our connoisseur of concession stand food. Mr. Blackburn, if you would please let us know what the specialty at Iowa Speedway is, we would greatly appreciate to know what our options are at the end of this race, as I will be famished and would be looking for some kind of barbecue nachos. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but that sounds so good.
I hate to tell you this, Lee, but I have to tell you, if I can remember correctly, I'm pretty sure there is a corn something on the menu at Iowa. Now, correct me if I'm wrong there, Kenneth, but I'm pretty sure that there is something with corn on the menu there at Iowa.
Oh, there's got to be.
There's got to be.
If there's
you have an
not,
abundance of it.
I think it's a law, actually, that if you serve food, there has to be a corn or corn byproduct on the menu if you're open in Iowa. It's kind of like if you open I think they passed a law that Bob Evans has to be within 10 miles of each other in Ohio. You can't drive 10 miles without saying to Bob Evans in Ohio.
I've never heard more of a true statement in my life. Speaking of Ohio, I got to see a drive-through gas station, or one of those drive-through liquor stores for the first time while I was in Ohio a couple weeks ago.
Ah, that have dancing girls in it?
No, it didn't have the dancing girls in it. It did have, however, you just pull through and you can get you all kinds of types of liquor.
Dude, you never would have thought that you could literally order a Jack and Coke from a bar and have them bring it to your car, but you can do that here in Nashville.
Actually, funny enough, while this whole pandemic stuff is going on, my girlfriend, she has an obsession with Applebee's, and they would bring, what is going on here?
Single file restart. They did not get a full
green
lap under the green flag before the second caution, so it'll be a single file restart here with 14 to go. Elwood looking to pull that lead out once again. The 29 of Henley. Man, he checked up, made Zeems check up. The 9, Lawrence able to slide down to the inside. Now, Lawrence might be able to take that third position, but no, Ken Zeems, excuse me.
Big loose coming out of turn 4. Big time loose.
29 of Henley. Henley is sitting back in second position. And yeah, I was looking at my roster and thinking,
man, he got really sideways. That's 2 restarts now, Lee, that we've seen where the 29 is not very good in 1 and 2 on a restart. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, we have the 40 and the 39 both in the wall. I think everybody's going to get by there.
And they're going to keep going.
Oh, the 48 and the 18, they're door to door. I think they touched a little bit going up the racetrack. Here comes the 40.
Yeah, Ken Zeems coming right up. He's going to try to shoot the gap. Goes down into the middle. We'll make it 3 wide going into 30.
What a move. He's going to clear him.
Zeems will take that position, move back into 5th position. The 18 of Scallon will follow him, now fall down to the inside. Scallon to 1, looking to overtake that position. We are battling in the top 5 now. As back behind them, we've got some movement between the 48 of Browning and the 28 of Peets.
And on top of that, now the 48 side by side with the 18. And the 49 is going to be underneath the 28 coming out, and the 36 right on the tail end of that 49 car.
We bring it across the line. It'll be 10 to go. The 29 of Henley looking to try to do something with Elwood, but nothing going there. Robert Warrens has now moved right to the rear bumper of the 3rd position, Christopher Lawrence. Warrens now in the 39. Looks to the inside. Big move out of 4. Able to Knight Rider. Calling Michael Knight because he can drive it. Will go into 3rd position.
Man, like I told you, we had to watch out for that 39 car, and he has proven me right as he's all over the rear bumper of that 29 car. We're in a line here. Look at this, Lee. Oh, he's going to get tapped. Oh, no. It's going to get spun. Oh, no. We have a caution. Oh.
The 9 of Christopher Lawrence just went into the back of him, and
they had a checkup right there. It was just an accordion effect. You know, the 44 had to let off the gas, the 29, then the 39, and then the 9 just got into the back of him. We've seen this time and time again, and right there's a prime example of it.
That hurts my soul.
Man, that was going to be really interesting because that 39 was really fast. Oh man.
Yeah, but when you watch from inside the car, the 9 did not mean to get in the back of him. No way, shape, or form. There was no ill intent there. But once he was in the back of him, he did not completely let off the gas.
Yeah, I mean, it was just it was accordion effect made worse. I mean, it's just, you hate seeing that, and that was a prime example right there of one person checks up because either they got loose or got tight, or maybe they were just doing something with the line. And whenever you have nose-to-tail racing like that, you're going to see accidents. And we just saw it live right there.
So lap 124 of 125, excuse me, of 130. I wasn't live yet. Let me fast forward. Oh my gosh, am I live?
Collie and chat saying that they have deep-fried corn cob. And I don't know if this is true, but he also says, as someone from Ohio, he can confirm the Bob Evans thing.
I'm telling you, me and my kids. So last year, we tried to do a men's trip every summer, little guys trip, and we go do things. We went to Cedar Point. That was our trip. We stayed at the big hotel on property, spent 2 full days at Cedar Point. It was so much fun, but had to drive from Nashville through, up to the top of Tennessee, all the way through Kentucky, then all the way through Ohio. Second time I've been to Sandusky. I actually went and picked my wife up there. She wasn't my wife at the time, but I brought her back down here and made her my wife. That was in 2010. But I didn't notice the Bob Evans then, but this time I noticed like every 10 miles, there's a daggone Bob Evans. And then you've been in the middle of this little podunk town. You're like, there's no way there's a Bob Evans here. And then you'll see this log cabin way off in the distance. And by the time you get there, the only thing that you can recognize is just the Bob Evans sign, but it's this like rickety log cabin. You're like, did they just buy a building and say we don't have a Bob Evans anywhere within 10 miles, so now this building is a Bob Evans? It is crazy.
I'm sorry, Lee, but you caught me way off guard with that whole wife thing. Jesus.
True story,
holy
too.
moly.
True story.
But no, anyways, like I was saying earlier before we had the last restart, my girlfriend is obsessed with Applebee's. So during this whole pandemic thing and not being able to go in a restaurant and all this, you could get what I like to call an adult-sized Capri Sun of margaritas. And it comes out with the bag, and it has a lid on top, and I was like, is all of that the margarita? It was just, it had to have been maybe about a half gallon of just margarita inside of what it looked like just a giant version of a Capri Sun.
A lot of the Applebee's around here are closing, so it's hard to find one, but I would totally put that in my lunch pail. Pizza and I think it's pizza and Capri Sun. I don't care. I'll take a Lunchable with me. We good.
Yeah, Capri Sun, air quotation marks on that one. I don't think the boss man would be too happy if you showed up to work. No.
See, I would never do that now, but back in the day, I was the guy that would buy in high school, buy a Sprite and empty the can out and then fill it with Zima and drink that Lord. Throughout the day. I would drink like a 6-pack of Zima throughout the day. And yes, I was a Zima guy back in the 90s. I don't care. It was good. I don't like the taste of beer. Okay.
Again, you're showing your age there a little bit, Lee.
Dude, I know I'm old. I've got a bald spot on the top of my head. I've got my dad bod rocking. I've got Forrest Whitaker eye. I've had that since I was born. Yeah, there's lots of things about me that I understand is not a track I'm married way above my class, but I think I can make up for it in personality.
Well, that is very true. And here we go, back Greenlee. Take it away here, bud.
As we get ready to go back green, it will be 3 to go. A 3-lap shootout here at eNascar Outlaw League on Freaky Fast Broadcasting.
Green flag,
Lee
green
Tidwell,
flag.
Joseph McQuarter, and Rob Aboyo with you. Here we go, 3 to go in the Arcas.
Oh, wheel spin.
Oh, yeah, they did. Look at that. And the Elwood's going to continue with the lead. The 29 of Henley going to power on the outside. Ken Zeems on the inside. Now the 48 of Brandon Browning's going to come to the outside. Side by side, door to door, 4 rows back as we go into 3. Henley looking to take the lead on the high side. Elwood does not want to give it up. We'll run that mellow yellow machine all the way down to the bottom. Slide them up door to door now, crossing the line. We're going to have 2 to go. Henley, look at the battle on the high side. Cannot get around. And look at Ken Zeems just trying to weasel his way in there like an oiled up wiggle worm or something. Zeems now going to drop to the inside. Elwood came up the inside. We're going to bring it 3 wide. 3 wide with 1 lap to go across the line. Henley.
48 right there. Oh, my goodness. Whoa.
Henley in the lead. Elwood's going to slide back and forth as Ken Zeems is going to race him. The 48 of Brandon Browning to the high side. Scrapes the wall. He's out of the picture. Ken Zeems.
Oh, he's pitching.
Henley. Oh, they wreck in 3, excuse me. 3 of them collect to the top side. No flag. Brandon Browning will win. Henley second. Scala in third. Oh, my goodness.
How did the 48 come back? He put it in the wall coming out of 2. How did he do that? Holy cow.
That was crazy. And that's what they just said on the radio.
God.
That was a crazy finish.
How did he even do that, Lee?
And so the 48 hits the outside wall coming out of 2. He falls all the way back to 5th position, dives it all the way down to the inside at the exact right moment. Used his ultra instinct to miss the calamity in front of him and come away with the victory at eNascar Outlaw League. Oh my goodness.
I cannot believe the 48 just brought that back. I thought he was done coming out of 2. He hit the wall and slid all the way back to 5th or 6th and was able to bring that back. I am blown away at what we just saw. And Paul Henley has to be grabbing his hair going, what just happened?
Man, what a race. And, you know, one of the things about an ARCA race at Iowa is then you got to go for the food. Mr. Blackburn says at Iowa Food, the victory loin is a giant pork tenderloin with bacon, tomato, cheese curds, and cheese sauce. A Newt dog, a half-pound all-beef hot dog smothered in pulled pork, bacon, and barbecue sauce. I don't like hot dogs, but that sounds good. The restrictor plate is waffle fries smothered in pulled pork, corn, bacon, corn. There's a lot of corn in this. Pepper jack, corn, nacho cheese, and corn and jalapenos.
I'm not going to lie, that restrictor plate sounds pretty good.
Because you like corn. We are going to take a quick break. We're going to try to get our top 3. Donald Scala, Paul Henley, and Brandon Browning to discuss what in the world we just saw. We'll be right back in just a moment here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. And back here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting with the eNascar Outlaw League, as we're going to bring our top 3 into the booth with me and Mr. McQuarter. Donald Scala in 3rd position. finishing here tonight. Donald, it's Lee in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, I got a copy. How you doing?
Pretty good, sir. Now, I might have asked you this before, but I'm going to remind you, I'm old, my memory's short. Please pronounce your last name.
Scala.
I am right.
It's my first time actually talking to you.
I could remember or not, but I've said Scala the entire time, so I'm so
All right,
glad
no, you're
that I
good
was
then.
right.
Yeah, some people screwed up, but you're good.
Donald, great race tonight. I mean, you were involved in the entire night in that front pack, weaving, bobbing, dodging, and then the crazy finish there at the end. Take us through the last 3 laps.
Oh man, I don't know what was going on. I saw them 3-4 wide. I was just holding on, waiting for something to happen, and I saw them wrecking in the middle, top roof. So I just stuck to the bottom and got lucky I didn't get taken out. You know, I've been running old tires, pitted, you know, been using that same tire set for about half the race, so I just got lucky.
Yeah, it looks like you pitted last on lap 83. So you and Paul Henley both running on those older tires. But
yeah, actually, I pitted on lap 72 to take my last set of tires. 83, I topped off on fuel. So yeah, that made it even worse for me. I was just hanging on at the end, hoping I wasn't going to get run over by those fresh tires.
Yeah, and it turned out to be it's an ARCA finish, baby. That's all we can always say. It's ARCA, baby.
I'm not complaining. I'm happy with that.
But I tell you what, every week that we're with you guys and watch you here, Kentucky, no matter where it is, just outstanding racing and an outstanding group of drivers that you guys have here. Now, I know that there's some frustrations tonight, but kudos to you guys on always putting on the highly entertaining ARCA event.
Oh yeah, definitely frustrating, wrecking in like lap 12 and then having them, give me the EOL for it, but it's just racing, things happen. Just got to keep fighting and, it worked out at the end.
And that's the thing too, is that EOL penalty that you got, being able to battle back from it, and then come into third position and avoid everything that's going on at the end, says a great deal for your driving ability and a great strategy tonight. So before we let you go, anyone you want to say hello to or give a shout out to?
No, I'm good. Just got to thank everybody at the shop, my sponsors. The car was great and, looking forward to next week.
All right, so Mr. Donald Scala, thank you so much for joining us, and I want to see you up here in the booth again, sir.
That sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And that's Donald Scala, number 18, coming in third position. In second tonight will be Mr. Paul Henley, who's going to be joining us in the booth. Paul, it's Lee in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Sir.
So, yeah, tell me what happened.
I don't even know what happened. It seemed like...
It all happened behind you, so yeah, I mean, that would be rear view driving for you, but goodness.
On iRacing, you get these green things that pop up if you have any damage or anybody hits you, you hit the wall, whatever. And it just kept popping up green thing after green thing after green thing for incident points. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on?
Well, coming in second position, you qualified in third, finished in second, up one spot, but a great strategy run by you tonight. You was running on some pretty old tires there.
I was pushing like a dump truck. I could not get that thing to turn, and I couldn't figure out how to save the tires. I was struggling with that, and I tried doing what Kenny was doing in the beginning of the race, and it just wasn't working because he was holding that low line. I didn't know that was possible. So, I don't know. I was just kind of trying to get a top 5, to be honest with you. My pit strategy fell off, and to get on the outside of the 44 there on that last restart, I was shocked. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, those last 3 laps was crazy. Joseph?
Yeah, we talked about it in the broadcast. Those last 2, before our final restart, the last 2 before that, it seemed like you had a little bit of a struggle going through 1 and 2 on that first lap after the restart. Could you tell us what was going on?
I couldn't figure out how fast I can go into turn 1. Like I was always scared to losing it because all practice, if you overdrove it or you got in the gas too early, the back end was just gonna lighten up and kick right out. And it just terrified me that I was gonna do that and take out the whole field. So I was just being overcautious for whatever, just trying not to cause any wrecks. And that last one, I said I'm going for it because I know I was really tight that maybe I'll be lucky. And I think the 44 just had a little bit of a rough start. And all I wanted to do was stay in that line. I didn't care if I got passed. I just wanted to hold that line. And on the last lap, I had the 48 bounce off me. I had the 40 bounce off me in turn 4, which pushed me up into the wall. And I couldn't hold it. I just did what I could.
Yeah, you nailed your restart. And what had happened was below you, the 44 it looked like as soon as he went, it looked like whenever he went to go into third, it sparked the wheels a little bit, and you see him bobble up. They put the 40 right to him, and you were able to go side by side with him into the corner. And I was a little afraid you weren't going to be able to, because like I said, the previous two, you weren't going to be able to get around him, and you did an awesome job. And then unfortunately, you get tapped from behind while the wreck's going on, and it looked like you got into the wall, and unfortunately, that one slipped away. And I know that has to be bugging you. What's your thoughts going through on that one?
I honestly feel bad for the 44. That was his race to win. We had a bad pit strategy, both of us, and we took tires and we got up to 1 and 2, and we actually had a 4-second lead over third place there. And then we had an unfortunate pit stop or yellow flag that I feel like shouldn't have come out, but that's my opinion. And I think the 44 lost that race because of something unfortunate, but I didn't expect to win. So for me to come in second, I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest with you.
Well, an awesome job of being in the picture all night long. We talked about you a pretty good amount tonight. Awesome job. You did fantastic. You brought it home in the top 3. You had an awesome night, and you have a lot to hang your hat on going into the next week. So awesome job. Way to put on a show, because you guys definitely did that tonight.
You guys put on a hell of a broadcast. Thank you guys so much for doing this for us. It makes our experience 10 times better knowing that you guys are putting on best broadcast around, and we appreciate what you guys do. And it's always entertaining. We all go back, we all watch it, we all talk about it, and we're very thankful for you guys. So thank you very much.
Well, we appreciate you guys, Paul. I mean, I love calling the ARCA cars, and I know that probably not shouldn't say this, and Robert's probably going to chastise me afterwards, but I know that we're in talks of trying to maybe get another one of your races. I think the trucks perhaps on with us. So yeah, next week is what I'm getting told now in my ear. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm currently first in points in the truck series. I'm not sure how that happened, but I'll take it. So I'm looking forward to you guys coming over there as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Paul. You have a wonderful evening. Congratulations on that second place finish.
Appreciate it. And just want to give a quick shout out to my team, Team 5 Motorsports, for the paint scheme and helping me out. And the Lost Boys Posse, Outsider, and Outsider Clothing Company. Appreciate you guys.
Outstanding, sir. And yeah, congratulations to you. Congratulations to the sponsors. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. That's Paul Henley. Coming in second, Mr. Brandon. Nope, I've just pulled Paul back up here. Let's put Paul back down there. Let's grab Brandon. There we go. We'll bring Mr. Brandon Browning into the booth. Brandon, it's Lee. You got a copy, sir?
I get a copy on you, brother.
All right, so let's just go ahead and do the last half of the last lap for you. You come out of 2. Now walk me through.
Come out of 2, man, and I was sitting pretty. I knew I needed to be, or I thought I needed to be, on the outside of the 29 car. And like an idiot, man, I put it up in the wall. And I thought for sure, I was like, well, I'm going home 5th or 6th. And I backed off and turned it hard left, shot the gas back to it in the corner, and somehow came out of the other side leading the thing.
So I nicknamed you for this league. You are my Mr. Ultra Instinct, as the way that you turned down on 3 and hit the gas at the exact right moment when the other 3 went up the track. You had to be using you had to master ultra instinct powers right there to make that pass and then win this race. Paul Henley was like, I don't know what was going on, man. It was just all happening. But man, an outstanding run for you. A great recovery out of hitting that wall out of 2 and a win tonight. Tell me what the strategy was, because I know all the strategy got thrown out there at the end. But what was the strategy going in? Was it, trying to make it on 1 pit stop? Was it split them up in the 2s? Look at the cautions? What was you looking at?
First of all, I want to give a shout out to my teammate Kyle Speed before I tell this story. We kind of knew that we wanted to save a set of tires there for the last 20 or so laps. So the strategy coming in was just to run as many laps as the gas tank would allow. And I think I come like 67, 68 on that. And I literally crossed halfway. So I was good either way. And from there, the caution came out that kind of, like you said, threw everything out the window. And the only thing I could do then was wait and hopefully take tires at the right moment. I didn't want to take them too early, kind of like the 44 and the 29 did. Saved them just to the last moment. And was hoping that it was enough. And luckily, like you said, with the instincts that I didn't expect, I thought I could get one more maybe with the turn the way it was. Those guys were all racing hard for it, but I didn't think I'd get all three of them.
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting there calling it, and I saw you drop back to fifth. When you rewatch the broadcast, you'll hear me say that you dropped back to fifth, and I was going back up to the front, and everything went down. So, man, outstanding race here tonight. Next week, Robert, where do we go next week? I knew it, and I forgot it. You know where we go next week, Brandon, by chance?
I do not right off the top. I think it's
Next
Las
week
Vegas.
is Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Tell me what we got to expect from Las Vegas and eNascar Outlaw League here with the ARCA cars.
Oh man, this has been an excellent league. Big thank you to Chris Woodard for putting this all on for us. And next week, I think we'll see a lot closer racing than we saw part of the night. I know we kind of got strung out. Las Vegas is a quick one. Ran a few races there the last couple of weeks and won in the ARCA race. And I think it's going to be a heck of a show.
Yeah, and I always look forward to your guys' races. Monday nights that's our ARCA Madness Mondays here on Freaky Fast with you guys. So congratulations on that first place tonight, and we look forward to seeing you at Las Vegas next week, sir.
Appreciate it, man. You guys, thank you for all you do for the broadcast and everything. Real quick, do want to give a shout out to all of my teammates at Team SRN, Team Speed Racing Network, especially, like I said, Kyle Spees and Preston Michael as well in this series here, and they run pretty good with me.
Yes, sir. Preston Michael actually was chatting with us on Facebook earlier. So, yeah, good, big shout out to those guys, and congratulations once again, Brandon.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's Brandon Browning, your race winner here for the eNascar Outlaw League at Iowa. And let's go through that finishing order for you. As once again, your winner is going to be the number 48 of Brandon Browning, running a crazy race. In second, Paul Henley. Donald Scala will come in third. Dennis Warren's in fourth. Kyle Spees in fifth. Jeff Victory in sixth. Shane Ledoux in seventh. Robert Warrens will slide back to eighth. Daryl Arnold in ninth. Christopher Lawrence 10th. Drew Halloran in 11th. Ken Zeems in 12th. Devin Elward in 13th. Russell Peets in 14th. Tyler Phillips in 15th. Joaquin Meza in 16th, Patrick Stein 17th, John will be in 18th, Kenny Zeems in 19th. Man, unfortunate night for Kenny Zeems. He was strong.
Such a good night.
Yeah. Matthew Bielikin's 20th, Chris Malcolm 21st, Stephen Ford and Christopher Apgar round out your grid here tonight, I guess you would say. I don't know what I was trying to say. But next week we head to Las Vegas. Robert, tomorrow night, where are you at tomorrow night, sir?
Tomorrow night, we're at Overtop the Design's final race at Daytona.
Daytona
for a final race.
Yep, final race for their series at Freaky Fast. So we'll be at Daytona for their Super Speedway series. And then the following Tuesday, we'll be back here with eNascar Outlaw League. First time in the truck series. So that's going to be fun to see too. But before we sign off here, Lee, do you want to give a final shout out to all the proud sponsors that are here with Freaky Fast and Outlaw League?
Well, of course I do. And we would love to thank our sponsors, the ButtKicker and the Gamer2. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience, and the ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10-powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving to physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response. It's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at thebutkicker.com. Use promo code Use promo code FreakyFast20. That's Freaky with 2 E's. FreakyFast20. I make myself laugh. For 20% off your order of the Gamer2 at thebutkicker.com. Also brought to you by, I don't know if I can do it.
All I can think about right now is that Jeff Dunham peanut bit.
That's what every time I say it, and I've got another one right now. I got 3 of them, dadgummit. And don't forget about Abruzzi USA. That's ABRUZZI USA.com for your wear your way, from sim racing gloves to karting gloves and boots, karting apparel, team apparel, personalized items. It really is your wear, your way. That's ABruzyUSA.com. Also brought to you by iPitting. The iPitting board is a web tool designed for iRacing teams. It helps teams create a series board for all of your teammates. Provides you a clear vision for every data point, from schedules, results, championship points, standings, and much more. And it's also great for help the team's community manager, who could use the tool to share on social networks all your team's achievements, events, and so forth. Check the iPitting board out at iPitting. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. And eNascar Outlaw League tonight is brought to you by, come on, where's my general? There it is. By Blackgate Security Agency. Blackgate Security Agency is veteran-owned and operated in Erie, Pennsylvania, offering the highest trained and skilled security professionals in the industry. Check them out at www.blackgatesecurity.com. I wasn't going to do it on that one, but I had to. It was just, it's like an OCD thing. So that's all of our sponsors. Thank you to the 6 people still watching tonight. Now 7. Someone joined us. Hello, new person. How are you this evening?
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be live tomorrow night at 8:20. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Be safe this work week. We all know what to do. But we're going to sign off. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the broadcast here tonight. You know what to do. Until then, we got to let Lee go because I think he's going to go crazy. But again, Freaky Fast like to say thank you to Joseph McCorder for joining us up here in the booth here tonight. Hopefully you had a fun night. But until next time, everybody, we'll catch you in the next broadcast from Ohio. Wait, see, now you got me all messed up. Never mind.
Las Vegas.
Whatever, where we're going. But until then, God bless everybody. Love yous all. Peace out.
Thank you all for watching. Have a good one.